Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining in with us this morning. We are super excited. My name is Anna, and I have Pam Carter, my co-host, with me. And today we have one of our very own graduate and instructor with IDLM, and we are so excited to have our Mariah here with us today to share. We're going to talk a little bit about menopause and menopause doulas this morning. So I'm super excited. Welcome. Thank you for sharing some space and time with us this morning. Would you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you, Anna. Hello, Pam. It's wonderful to be with both of you here this morning. And everybody on Facebook, hello. My name's Mariah. I live in Colorado, and I have experience in a background of skincare for 30 years. Along with that is aromatherapy, Ayurveda, herbal and supplement nutrition. I worked alongside with uh, naturopathic doctors. I was fortunate enough to do that while I was also a supplement and herbal buyer. So then I also got to know the background on that, the backside business of all that, which is
Nice.
fantastic education, right? I love getting paid for my education
Yes.
throughout life. And so I've worked with women and men throughout my life in various modalities. So whether it be skincare, trained through Aveda and Dr. Hauschka, which are both more of the natural line of skincare, and this is back in the 90s. Whoa.
Your skin is beautiful. I
Thank
love it.
you.
I was
I
looking at
try.
your website and I was like, I have so got to ask her about that.
There are a few tricks to do. And they're super easy and accessible. But that's for
Awesome.
another discussion. So now going through midlife, believe it or not, I know I am older than I look. I discovered the importance it is to have camaraderie and support through the whole menopause phase. So whether it be perimenopause before you lose your period basically or stop your cycles, or menopause phase, which is technically a very short period of time, and then postmenopausal phase, which is the rest of your life. So as long as you're
Mhm.
still breathing and your heart's beating, you're in postmenopausal phase of life.
Yeah.
Which can be a gorgeous journey. So not to say that it's all rainbows and unicorns, but it can be if you have the support. So that's why I decided to become a certified menopause doula. And
Mhm.
I discovered the course actually originally on Clubhouse when Anna and Christine Yakamoto were having a room in there, and I was totally drawn. I was like, this is it. That's my calling. So then I completed the course with Christine, and from there, I've built my business. And now I feel so fortunate to be taking on the live course
Mhm.
of the certification program for the menopause doula at
Oh,
IDLM.
well, we're excited to have you a part of our team. Because, and I'll tell a little story back in of, I actually, of course, met Christina on Clubhouse. And we were, I got into a couple of her discussions, and it made me think, especially as I'm approaching, well, I can't say approaching anymore because I just turned 40 a couple of weeks ago, but uh, it really listening to everyone coming in and talking about it. And they all said something that really resonated with me was when they needed the help to know what was going on with their bodies, they didn't have anyone to turn to. Many of the stories of the individuals on the meets that I were in, that I had been in, they all said the same thing in common was, when I went to my doctor just said, oh, it's just a part of life.
Mhm,
And I was like,
mhm,
this is, but learning about it, what I've learned over the last year is how it is that rebirth and how it is can be something we can turn it into something very beautiful. And like you said, it's not all rainbows all the time because many women, there's some, people that go through this menopause that's not great. Yeah, I've been going through that at night. And then there's some that don't really have anything and they are lucky, that they didn't have to experience that. But there are many people that have had to go through that experience that has been really rough. And so it just was none to me that it was like a no-brainer that, what, we need to have a menopause doula program, something that can help others in the community, just as we do with birthing, end of life, any other area. This is an important area too. I think any, one going through a menopause state needs to have a doula with them because there are so many questions, whether it's perimenopause or the menopause transition. There's so much, and there just needs to be some love around this,
There does. And to have that third party person that you can safely open up to that doesn't have any, prejudgments about your life or who you are or expectations when you come to them. It's a magnificent difference that can
Mm-hmm.
happen in one person's life to have that extra support like you're talking about and somebody that you can go to that understands the whole process, but has no expectations of you to take a certain action or direction, but wants to support you and explore with you what is your best decision in your life for your journey with whatever symptoms that you might be having or experiences that you're having. And women have a very unique time in their life in midlife because they're dealing with aging
Mhm,
along with menopause. And
mhm,
men, their hormone change, the biggest change generally happens in their 70s. So they've already
Mm-hmm.
gone through a lot of aging. But with women, we're so lucky that we get to
mhm,
have two things at once, right? Just the real up slope of aging that really starts to kick in around 40, 50 years old. The whole body really starts changing, brain, physical, psyche, and then also with the menopause, with the hormones, how that's affecting all of those sections at the same time. So being able to discern and sift out what's aging and what's menopause and how you can support yourself and your family and your community through this whole process.
I went through early menopause
Hmm.
because I went through forced menopause and I was in my mid 30s. And when I would complain to the doctor, he told me I needed to get over it. He told me it was part of life. Every woman goes through it. You're just going through it early. There was no support. Um, I was offered anxiety medicine. I was offered drugs, but there was no understanding whatsoever. And
And
I
that
Mm-hmm.
think,
is so unfortunate and too common.
well,
Yeah.
I was going to say, and it's very common because I hear other women now say, like, oh my gosh, I've gone into menopause and I feel like I'm gone crazy. And they need the support. You're not
Mm-hmm.
crazy. And yes, it's a fact of life because you are a woman. That's true. But there are ways to manage it, and
And
nobody gives
instead
you
of
the option.
Oh, you're so right. And instead of going, I'm going through menopause,
Mhm,
look what I get to explore. Look what I have the support system. I have somebody I can go to. This is going to be fine. I'm going to have difficult times, but I've got somebody that I can reach out to
mhm,
that I can discuss, these hard times, whether it be anxiety or depression, lack of sleep. Weight gain is maybe menopause, maybe
mhm.
aging. That's an interesting
Mm-hmm.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brain fog, all of these things. And so many MDs, unfortunately, how they've been trained is just that, well, if it's not really severe, then we don't need to check your hormones and just go day to day. You'll be fine. Brush it off.
Mhm,
Not much
Yeah.
of that compassion.
mhm.
And then you
Every
have
woman goes there.
Yes, but what if we could change the outlook on that? And what if
Mhm,
we all can support each other and have this movement where we go, oh, I'm so fortunate. I either have lived long enough that I get to go through menopause,
mhm,
or that, okay, I'm early, I need to have a certain procedure, and I'm going to be going through menopause, but hey, I know a support, a doula that can help me, a menopause doula that this is their expertise. And maybe they even have a community that they've built. So then you have a a village of women
Mhm.
that you all can reach out to each other and support one another.
mhm.
Absolutely. And, and this is also brings into another area as well. Because I know I've had this question multiple times when I've done um, some discoveries when we did last year. Also, too, a menopause doula can also support someone who maybe has had, who is transgender,
Mhm.
going through what they may go through someone who is transgender, so a menopause doula can really support in many different areas in that aspect of that change of life when that is happening, far as with the menopause state, of the body, that support. And as a doula, regardless what type of doula you are, we are coming in as a non-judgmental, and we're just here to love you and support you in any which way we can. And to just, I like to always, when I meet with my clients, I always tell them, I'm laying down some cards for you, and they're lined up. And these are what's, those resources are and what those options are. And then you make the best decision for yourself.
Mhm.
We're here as a resource to help and provide for individuals. So yeah, it's just, this is such a big subject, and so many people need support. And I'm happy that we're able to offer a menopause doula program here at IDLM. And would you share with us a little bit about your upcoming course that we have starting here soon?
Oh, yes, I'm very excited about this. So it is a live course, teaching course via Zoom. So you can do it at the comfort of your home. And each course, each section module will be recorded. So if you're somewhere else that's not in the US and it's not convenient time for you, no worries. You can watch the recordings of the course and then answer all of the questions and do any of the homework that needs to be done throughout the course. And there is a total of 8 active modules, and then there is a practicum and a final quiz, and then graduation day. So it
Yay.
is a total of 10 weeks, and it's from May 14th. They happen on Saturdays
Mhm.
and 11 a.m. and then for 2.5 hours. And it'll go to July 16th, will be the graduation day.
And
And the weekend is great for me because work through the week and then I can do something for myself on the weekend.
absolutely. And I just posted the link to your course in our comment section here of this video. So if anybody wants to take a free preview, they can do so. Uh, so will you share with them a little bit, because this is one thing here at IDLM that we do in pretty much most of all of our classes is a practicum, or, case studies. And the feedback has been wonderful from all of our students, that it really, really makes a clear foundation and a clear picture to them, how you would go out and be a doula to support someone. So would you share a little bit about how your practicum, what are you looking for when they do that, and how that works?
Yeah, so when a student approaches the practicum and the case study
Mhm.
presentation, what I'm really looking for is that they have been able to accumulate the information throughout the course and do a full assimilation of the information. And looking at their person for the practicum, whether it be somebody that they actually know, or it's a case study that's been handed to them, and look through on a non-judgmental way, all of the different levels through how menopause might be showing up with that person or that case study. And whether it's going to be, psychological, the psyche, emotional, there's a difference, physical, of course. So all of the different layers in the human body and holistically uh, to be able to discern some of the best tools and resources, like you were saying. I love that you were saying that with laying out the cards. So at the end, I really want to see, I'm going to take your little visualization. What cards are they laying out for which one, particular struggles this person might be dealing with? And then also, what is going to be the most important thing to work on first? The practicum is going to present much more about the whole picture of the person than what in actual practice you would present to a client, because you're not going to be overwhelming that client with all of this information at
It has to go in little spurts.
They'll be like, "Ah!"
Yeah, because you can imagine when you're doing it, when you're learning all of it and having such a big, getting all those resources together. I mean, it's overwhelming as a doula to just putting it all together. And that's why we try to break those up into steps to help everyone. Yeah. So you can imagine a client.
Yes, exactly. Way too overwhelming. So there's one half of what have you gained through the course? What have you really taken in and assimilated? And what kind of tools have you really put into your toolbox that you can really use for a client? Then the other half is how would you actually present? What assignments would you give the client? And what kind of questions are you looking to draw out from the client, kind of answers with what questions from the client?
Yeah, I really find that the case studies are very, very, very helpful. And the takeaways, and even as an instructor, seeing the different ideas that everyone has, on how to approach different things is so beneficial and so helpful for everyone in their practice to learn.
Right.
So,
and remember, I didn't say like specific, I want them to know this and that, and da 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 da. I want to know what it is that they're drawing from and how much depth and breadth that they're getting. And it's fascinating, time and again, how people, what they discover and what tools they are bringing in to the picture. And sometimes you're like, oh, I never thought of that.
yes,
It's
I like the case studies because the other students that are watching that case study goes the aha moment. I never thought that's been so helpful. I'm so glad you did that case study. So case studies are so important.
I love them. I love them. And I'm so glad that we have them a part of our program, because when, we sit down and get to watch them together as a live class, is so, you just see those ahas, you just see all these light bulbs coming up, and we just actually, Pam and I just did a case study with our January class. Yeah. There were tears shed, laughter, and just so much learning that we all experienced. It was just amazing to grasp all that and to see our students to be so excited for everything they've learned and being able to put it together, because I find a lot of times students and programs, they find that they're like, okay, well, I've done this, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what do I start with first? And so this is a perfect opportunity to help lay that foundation out to them to step.
Totally.
A lot of times it's a blueprint that ends up happening.
Exactly.
But they're really setting out their blueprint and how they're going to integrate it into their business.
Yeah.
Whether an existing business or they're developing a new business around this, how they can help society in their own unique way.
Absolutely. I want to just take a second, because we do have some viewers on. I do want to ask if they have any questions. We're talking about our Menopause Doula program. And if you have any questions, please Oh, Shelly totally agrees. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section here with us, and we'll definitely, if we see them as we're here live, we'll answer them live. If not, we'll go in and answer those questions on the posting here or any of our social media platforms. And there's always a little delay, so I'm just giving it a couple seconds. So the other thing is, who should take your course?
Well, the first answer is anybody who feels the calling, right? Plain and simple. And however I've heard so many times that, I was really interested in, becoming a menopause doula and wanting to get, some kind of certification or understanding about it, and then they stumble upon in all different kind of platforms, whether it just be on Facebook or be on Clubhouse or just on the internet, and then they discover that there's this course. So there's usually some kind of calling or draw to the course initially. And then further, if you already have experience working with people in any kind of platform that you love being able to support um, uh, people that are feeling a little lost. And whether you are a fitness instructor, whether you're a nutritionalist, whether you're a aromatherapist, an herbalist, a chiropractor, a naturopathic doctor, a hairdresser. I mean, there's all sorts. A salesperson, it could be in the medical field, that you've seen, behind the scenes how it goes, and whether you're selling pharmaceuticals, there's that too. So it's all different kinds of realms. But really, it's going to be the most ideal for somebody who feels the draw to support others and to build a community and feels comfortable talking about female health. I'll just say that female type. So whether it's be cis, or whether you're going through a transition, becoming a female, or even if you're male, female transitioning into male, but you're doing it later in life and you're kind of crossing over that menopause time. So feeling comfortable addressing all of those situations. It can be an add-on to a business that you already have, like I said before, or maybe it's just a whole nother life transition change. You're realizing that you have a voice and you have something that you really need to bring to the world, and this is your avenue. This is going to be the way that you can bring all of your talents from the past and your life experience and really bring it together and hone it in into this new support system that you can develop and bring to the world.
Yeah. And what if someone is going through the change here and they want to learn more? Could they still take your course?
Absolutely. I mean, becoming a certified menopause doula doesn't mean you necessarily have to go into making your own business. If you're in the middle of it, you're not getting the support, and you really just want to know all the nuts and bolts, and and you're curious about it all, and you want to empower yourself in your own health, this is a fantastic course to take. It may be a little more in depth for some people on what they want to know, but I know I'm the type that I love knowing it all.
Yeah.
And it's never a waste. Education and knowledge is never a waste in my own personal life. So that's definitely a great fit there.
You're talking about anybody taking this course. The thing that ran through my mind as the mother of 3 grown daughters, for moms to take this course to, number one, better understand their own selves, and for us to better train our daughters.
Yes.
As an aid, another step in being a good mom. I mean, we teach them to shave their legs. We might as well teach them what comes next.
I'm going through that with my daughter. She's 11 and I'm 50. So there's going to be a big old transition going on there.
Well,
And also, it's never too early.
No, and the
Um,
kids go through
right.
their own changes. You know,
Mhm.
you were talking about your daughter going through it. I've got a granddaughter that's 8 going on 9. And yesterday, mom and I were looking at each other going, we hope we don't kill her before she turns 9 because she's going through so many changes. So this would be so beneficial to moms working with their children.
In all different age ranges. I mean, it's really somebody in their 20s really
Mhm.
could take this course because all of the foundation that you can create before perimenopause is incredibly crucial and important. And then even the first transition in life, big transition, right? Doulas help people through their life transitions.
Mhm.
So young kids before their first menstrual cycle happens, there's so much that you can really knowledge that you can pass off to your child that you can educate them on, and the better health that they can have through that time, it's also going to help them and support them later in life through the whole menopause journey, and suppress some of the really big struggles that can happen later on in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's so much to take in life, and so anyone should come and I encourage, and if you have any questions, would you mind? Oh wait, I apologize, I didn't grab your email for them to send to you. If you want to post it there in the chat, then I'll move it over into our Facebook box. So in case anybody has any questions, they can definitely reach out to you. Or you can also reach out to our doula support, but I will just end up sending it right over. So let me go ahead and I'm going to post your email here in the chat so that anybody has any questions, they will be able to reach out to you. Because would you remind everybody again when your course is starting and the all the info on that for me?
Yes, so the course is starting May 14th and it goes through July 16th, and it's happening midday on Saturdays, Mountain Time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us. And hopefully we have reached out to some people and shared about, what menopause doulas do and how they can be such a benefit to others through this transition. So thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. Before we close out, we're just going to touch on a few little housekeeping items real quick and just some reminders. Pam, tonight you have a discovery going on tonight.
I've got a discovery for the Certified Life Planning Specialist class tonight. Next class on that starts on May the 5th. And it's advanced care planning is something everybody needs. The benefit to the course, I think one of the benefits to this course is when you take the course and you finish the course, you got all your paperwork done, because that's how you get your graduation in this course, is by completing everything. Plus you walk away with all the information you need to successfully establish a life planning business on your own. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. And I have actually just put the link here in our chat box for the form that if they want to come and attend your discovery tonight, they're more than welcome to just click that link, put in their email. We will send out a special link to everyone so that they can join in. Or if you can, and what time is your discovery tonight, Pam?
7 Eastern. I get confused by the Eastern, the Central, and I can't remember whether we flipped it this time. Is it 6 o'clock Central and 7 Eastern, or is it 7 Eastern? And who knows?
I believe it's on the form. We'll go
it's
with
on
the
form. Mm-hmm.
And let me go ahead and put your link. If you cannot attend tonight's discovery with Pam about life planning doula, then please feel free to use the link that I put in the comments. It will take you in. You can get a little free preview. Also, Pam, I'm going to go ahead and put in your email address, which is Pam at International Doula Life Movement. And if you have any questions, you're also welcome to reach out. Movement.
Yeah, I whether it's coming to the discovery or if you can't make it to the discovery and you've got questions, reach out. I'm happy to answer them.
Absolutely. And, and I want to say too, with all of our programs, we do offer a payment plan. So we want to make sure that our biggest goal here at IDLM is we want to make sure that our programs are, one, affordable, and number two, that if someone who does need a payment plan, those payment plans are not like a car payment or a house payment. We want to make sure it's affordable, because we want to make sure everybody that wants to learn has that opportunity to learn. We also have, go ahead, Pam, I'm sorry, go ahead. Please.
Well, you said affordable and it just clicked in my head. The one thing, we have payment plans, but our classes are all affordable. That's the benefit, I think, to IDLM, is our classes are affordable because we want people to get the education. We want them to have every tool in their kit, because the doula world is needed across the board. Whatever your practice as a doula is. I mean, our medical systems are broken, as we well know. We talked about that in great detail just the other night when we were talking about dementia. And we need to get as much education out there as possible. So we do everything we can to work with students that want to take our courses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to make sure that everybody who's called to doing this or just wants that information for themselves, we want to make sure that we do it in an affordable and give you affordable options as well, payment plan options that will work for anybody's budget. So we do also have our end of life doula class starting on May 14th. It will be the 14th, 15th, 21st, and 22nd. That class will be from 9 a.m. Central Time to about 6 p.m. We should be able to wrap up by then, where we're going to be going through, basically, you're not missing anything that we do in our other programs, but it's the same program. It's just going to be done all day. And this is just really for anyone too, that one wants to come in and get the course done right away, and really excited to get started on their journey, or someone who, has a crazy work schedule or life schedule and just needs to get it done quickly and briefly. So we will do that in that program that is starting on May 14th. And I'm going to go ahead and put that link there. We will also have a discovery coming up this week. So if you are interested and have more questions about our end of life doula program, I want to invite you to our discovery. And I'm going to go ahead and put that link as well into our chat box here. And you can join in as well for that. That will be Thursday at 7 Central. And then one other thing, what else do we have going on, Pam? We're quite busy over here at IDLM.
Yeah, we really are busy. The other thing that I'm really excited about is, we launched the book club, and we have launched our first book in the book club, and we have the author that's coming in and going to discuss that book with us. And then the book club's next selection is actually going to be Barbara Carnes's books, which are so important in the doula world. They are a tool for the toolkit. And everybody was like, can we please do these books? So we're going to go through all 5 of Barbara Carnes's books, the main ones. She has lots of them, but we're going to use the core.
The End of Life Guidelines series.
End of Life Guidelines series, yes. And you said something, Anna, too, talking about the classes, and it made the bells go off in my head. If somebody's taking a class, if they're going to take the perimenopause doula class, if they're going to take the end of life doula, if they're going to take certified life plan, doesn't matter what doula class, whatever doula class they take, they always have access to updates, which I think is so important. I mean, you don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to re-sign up. Once you become a member of the community, there's so many things that are open to you as a student with all our CE nights and everything that we offer. It's just an amazing community to belong to.
And speaking of community, I'm going to go ahead and post the link to our community app, which anyone can join. This is a great place to come in right now, and you want to do it now, because for the remaining of this month and going into next month, you will gain free access to our Doula Mentors program. And we are getting ready to kick off. And this can be for anybody that is any type of doula, menopause doula, birthing doula, end of life doula, life planning doula. This is what you don't want to miss, because if I'm not mistaken, it is this week. Is that correct? We start off with, yeah, it is actually this week. This week, we kick off our big series that we are going to be working with all of our students and graduates on setting up their business. And you can gain access to that for free this month, the remaining of April, and next month. And then if you really fall in love, and when you join in, you can also, you get access to our CE nights, and when we have special guests, authors. We had Miss Marianne join us yesterday and did a wonderful dementia training. And so there's tons of trainings that, you can join into, as well as stay on top of our very top secret things that we have going on with IDLM that have not been shared out to our social media, that our students, our graduates, and our community members get access to that information first. So the link is in the comment section here. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. Do y'all have any other questions or anything that y'all want to share before we close out for today?
I can't think of anything else. We have so much going on. I mean, you just really, you have to go to the movement and just see everything that's happening. Plus, we said so many things that within the movement, all our events are recorded and posted. So once you become a member of the movement, you can go back. If you want to hear about dementia, it'll be in the movement. You'll be able to go back and hear that class. Yep. If you want to, hear the last book discussion, you can go back and hear that book discussion. Whatever we've offered in the past. And we do offer so much that other people are charging their communities for. It's just, and if did we say this? If you're a student of IDLM, you belong to the community anyway. So it's our outreach. It's free, and it's our outreach to the community. But we do offer it to other people that haven't come in and taken our courses.
$25. I put the link to sign up if you want to come in and trial. There's, you can cancel at any time, but if you want to join in and join the party with us, then go ahead. If you're not an IDLM student or graduate, click the link in the comments and come join us.
$25 is like what? Not even a month's worth of Starbucks coffee. I mean, it's so ridiculous because it's such a small fee for what you get.
Absolutely. And joining the movement's healthier for you than Starbucks coffee.
There you go.
True, Amaridge. It is healthier than Starbucks coffee. Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you all for joining in today. And please go check out our upcoming Menopause Doula course. And Pam has Discovery tonight. So be sure to join in with Pam tonight. And everyone have a fabulous, fabulous day. Bye, everyone.
Good night.